the rice. Coming home for the Christmas. Hey, mommy. I'm coming home for the Christmas. Oh, yeah, Nicole. Oh, yeah, come in. Home for the Christmas. Hey, oh, yeah, come in. Home for the Christmas.
99.9 WEFM.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right. So already we have on the line Mr. PeeJohn, better known as, preferred to be known as PeeJohn. Good morning, PeeJohn.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
And all the best to you. This morning I want to make a few points concerning that fire that took place on Higgison Street. It was quite disturbing. Very, very, very disturbing. First of all, let me thank the persons who shared videos live on social media. It was possible to sit back at home and just look and take in the event almost in real time. And the fire service seemed to leave a lot to be desired in the manner in which it was handled. And first of all, the equipment, there seemed to be a deficiency in the equipment. I am no expert, but as a layman looking on, you could tell that there were some deficiencies in the equipment. The fire hydrant either wasn't working or something. And it suggests to me that there's probably a need for revamping totally the fire service and bring it closer to what is expected at a country at this stage of development. One building was completely destroyed. Another one was significantly damaged. And like I said, the fire service, the firemen, or you could call them police officers. I don't know if they were really firemen or just police officers attempting to hold the fire. Let me get my thoughts together here. Yeah, they seem ill-prepared for something of that magnitude. And over the years, we've been talking about addressing the fire service, reforming it by doing, for example, separating it from the police force. I don't know if that is something we need to look at now. And I note also that there was a second fire in the Montrose area the following day. From what I've seen with that one, although the dwelling was completely destroyed also, it seemed as if it was brought under control in a much quicker time. And kudos to them for that. But I think the fire service needs some attention, and we need to pay attention to the situation where that is concerned.
Totally agreed. We actually have that down to talk as one of our first thoughts for the morning. So yeah, we would continue the conversation there.
Okay.
All right. So just want to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all those good things in between.
Same to you.
All right, PeeJohn, take care. All right. So officially, good morning to everybody. We are back with you for another Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. You have in studio
Dianna, I'm back.
Guess who's back? Yes.
Good morning, everybody. I missed you. Did you miss me? Because I missed you, but I am so happy to be back this morning. Morning.
All right, so Dianna is back, and you also have in studio Roleza Samuel. And we are wishing you a good one today. We already have somebody else on the line.
Yeah.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. A pleasant good morning to all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas. But PeeJohn prompted me to call.
Mm-hmm.
And, I do, even though I agree with him with the fire service and the issues we're having with the fire service, but my comment is PeeJohn spent an hour and a half almost with the Prime Minister yesterday, and never once did he brought it up. So why is he bringing it up this morning? That was the time when he was supposed to bring it up while the Prime Minister was on radio with him. So I found this a little, sometimes I wonder about some of these guys. And I know PeeJohn well, he means well, he's a good man. I know he's very well educated, but I think he've gone silent. This is not the PeeJohn that I know in 1983 when he came out of all of Lomans was so proud of him. I believe he got his school leaving or whatever it was at that time. And he have gone so quiet and everything. And now he's calling this morning to talk about an issue that he should have addressed with the Prime Minister yesterday. For over an hour and some, Prime Minister Gonzalez was on the radio and PeeJohn was one of the hosts. And he never once brought it up. So why is he bringing it up on your program? Have a blessed day, ladies.
All right. All right. So PeeJohn, you are free to call back and probably answer that because there's nothing that I could add to it. This is for you to answer. I can't answer it. All right. So yes. So PeeJohn and the caller have touched on the topic of the fire, right? And PeeJohn said that he was grateful. He was happy that persons actually brought different videos. They brought the lives to the attention of the public, right? There's a song for John Mayer, Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. Every time I look at a video that has anything to do with the fire service or the fire department looking to out a fire, that song for John Mayer comes to mind. Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. Right? I'm not trying to be cynical. I'm not trying to be funny. It is exactly how it is, I feel. I personally can't look at the videos. I'm sorry, but I cannot look at the videos. To me, there never really seems to be a sense of urgency. There never seems to be a sense of knowing exactly what they're doing. There never seems to be any sort of, let's get this under control as quickly as possible. One of the lives that I looked at, I just kind of scrolled through because I wasn't aware of it until Saturday morning. So I quickly scrolled through it and I realized, what was it? It was probably like for more than an hour, if not more than, I can't remember the exact time, but it took forever, right? The video that was live streamed, it took forever. Yeah. And personally, I cannot look at them because I am thinking of them as a property owner, just looking at my investment, at my assets burning down to the ground. There are times when I do wonder if it's a case where, and thankfully, right? Don't take this out of context, but thankfully we don't have a lot of fires here in SVG. So maybe there isn't enough quote unquote practice, right? Take that in how it is. I'm trying to explain it, right? But the thing of it is that they still need to know what they are doing. Yeah. And I never get that impression.
Sorry, I'm trying to get serious. I am trying to get serious because you really are saying it. I mean, in one of the videos, you see them, they were dressing at the scene. I'm trying to figure out, why.
To be fair to them, I personally could be okay with the dressing at the scene. Get there quickly, get the fire under control. That's how I looked at it, right? I'm okay with that. right? In terms of them
Okay.
showing up promptly and trying to get the fire under control. I am okay with that. But it's when they are at the scene, not looking as if they're knowing what they're going to do. That is what my biggest problem is.
Well, I guess. Well, I mean, a lot of us saw, a lot of persons commented. So I don't know. At this point, it goes back to the people who are training them. Somebody mentioned if the department should be separate from the police force, but I don't think that just because it's a part of the police force, that means that the service should be this terrible. You could still be a part of the police force and still be well trained in the fire department. So at this point, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to say, but we clearly can see that there is some sort of something is not meeting, something is not adding up here. And it's very unfortunate because, like you say, you're standing there and you're watching that your investment is going up in flames and the people that you expect to help, well, looks like you're on the same scale.
Yeah, and there was another thing too when I was looking at it. And in one of the videos, I think that this is in relation to the fire in town. The Jack's building, it seemed as if they thought that they had extinguished the fire, but there was still fire going at the back of the building. Now, to me, you don't leave until you've inspected the building. All right. Now, I don't know what the final details are, and there are times when I try not to be so critical, especially if it's not in the field that I am competent in speaking in. But to me, there are just certain things that you should do before. It's to me, it's just basics, right? So if you know there was a fire that was happening within the building, you do not leave until that building has been thoroughly inspected, right? I don't know what happened there. I am trying. I know that we have a good, as a WEFM, but me, Roleza, have a good relationship generally with the police department, but there are times when I just have to put question marks over certain things. And this is one of them. I noticed an interesting point was raised in St. Vincent Times, where they said that there are often times when the fire department, they turn up to certain fires, right? And from what we learned from Cop Chat, there are different classifications of fires. And one of them is also electrical. Now, electrical is not necessarily a category by itself, but the thing of it is that most times when our fire, and on Cop Chat, we were told that there are different things that you can use to extinguish different types of fires. Normally, when our fire department turns up, it's always water, right? Or trying to source water, right? So the thing of it is that how well equipped is our fire service for outing different types of fires?
You know, I wouldn't, very good question. I wouldn't necessarily blame the firefighters themselves to some extent, you know, because they have to work with what they have. I mean, they have to work with what they have. Somebody is asking if they have training in firefighting. I want to believe so. I tell myself yes, because I would not want to believe that there's a fire department without fire training or firefighting training. So I would like to certainly believe that they do. But
you see, okay, so you're making the point of they're working with what they have. I can take that point. But there are many times when I ask about persons within organizations, within departments, how vocal are you in terms of getting the things that you actually need? Right now, maybe yes, they have been doing it. And again, I'm not a part of the police force, so I can't say yes or no whether or not they have been strongly advocating for it. But there are too many instances of things happening here, especially as we're talking in relation to fires. Fire department turning up and looking like they lost, right? Looking lost, wandering around, looking busy, doing absolutely nothing. All right, so I am just one of those persons where God forbid, making sign across everything, knocking on wood. If my property ever happens to go up in fire, in flames, I might just have to stand back and.
Oh me, I just look for myself. I plan on helping myself if that happens.
Well, that's the thing. You really should, and the thing too within communities, you really should, because you can ask for there to be a fire hydrant station in your community, etc. So there are things that we could probably do as citizens to try to mitigate or deal with these situations. But, I don't feel competent calling on the services of, I don't feel like if I call on the services of the fire department that it's going to be a situation that is going to be addressed with any level of urgency. And That's just how I feel.
I see we're probably gonna have to go out. So before we go, I just want to say that there a man from Montrose, one of the buildings that was burnt, he has nothing, and if you wish to help him, you can call 434-1992. His name is Livingston Williams. If you wish to help, 434-1992.
All right,
That's his
and
number.
yeah, so that's the other fire that happened on the weekend. That happened in the Montrose area. So this gentleman lost everything.
Yes.
All right, so we are going to head on out of this segment as it is 7:35, and we're going to head directly into today's traffic.